channel, it's your girl Lyssy, and today guys, we're gonna be talking about some of the scariest kid show characters that have ever existed. So growing up as kids, I'm sure we all watched a lot of different kid shows, you know, there was all sorts on TV. Personally, I used to watch Teletubbies when I was like super little. Don't ask me why, they're pretty cursed too. But there was a lot of really weird ones like The Bear in the Big Blue House. Obviously we had animated ones like Dora the Explorer and all those other ones. Kid shows were a part of most of our childhood. But in specific, today we're covering some of the most cursed kid show characters that have ever been invented that I just feel we need to talk about because the tea is hot. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe because I post weird videos about the strange, the unusual, the cursed, and the haunted, and I don't want you guys to miss out on it. Also, if you guys agree that this kid show character on the screen is terrifying, smash a like on today's video. And let's just get into talking about these cursed characters. So the first kid show character that I want to talk about today is Booba. So if you guys haven't heard about the Boobas, they're really ugly, they're horrifying. I remember my little sister used to watch this and I was like, turn that off when she was really young because these things freaked me out. They were worse than the Teletubbies in my opinion, but very similar. They're like the Teletubbies' long lost cursed twin from a different dimension. So Booba was a show on a British TV program that was produced by Ragdoll Productions. The Boobas are 5 gumdrop shaped creatures with large eyes and lights in their head for eyebrows. Their heads are shriveled up into their necks like some weird sort of caterpillar creature, and they creepily move around and fly with each other in the sky. And Boobas do not speak, okay? They only speak in their own little Booba language. Instead, they communicate by making noises like squeaks and cracks as their way of communicating in their own language. Even adults that had children that watched the Boobas found the Boobas to be terrifying. I mean, how could you not? Like, if I had a kid watching this, I'd be slightly concerned for my child. Just in the fact that I'd be like, why? There's so many cute things on TV, but why the Boobas? The name is already not good in the first place. Booba? Like, what were they thinking? It's a kid's show. There's just something super unsettling about the way that the Boobas walk around and move and dance around on the screen. And the Boobas even have a website that's straight up cursed. If you go to this website, it has distorted music and creepy flash games that honestly, in my opinion, would not entertain anybody who's above the age of 3 because the website itself is just like, what is happening?
What the f is going on? Okay. Oh my god.
Honestly, they just remind me of a more cursed version of a Teletubby, in my opinion, with a more weirder plot twist to it. Boobas were also described as magical atoms of energy, and they were played by actors in full-blown costume bodysuits. What? That is the most concerning thing ever. So essentially, actors were under this big mascot costume of a Booba. I'm trying to imagine, in my own vision, a full-grown man wearing a Booba suit. Or a full-grown woman. Either or. There's somebody under those suits, and I want to know how that was for them. I'm just curious. Eventually, in 2004, filming for Boobas ended, and the show was completely cancelled. And that was the end of the Booba era. Was it a good ending? I don't know. What do you guys think about Boobas? Did you guys ever watch that show? I didn't personally want to watch it, but yeah, I watched the Teletubbies, and that was cursed enough on its own. So the next character we're going to be talking about is called Fofa. I hope I'm saying that right. Fofa was from the island of Dr. Morrow and was an alien-born creature from a fictional planet called Fofaland. It was named after himself. Fafolandia. Fofa? I don't know. Maybe it's Fafo. He came to Earth to form his own band called Balloon Magic with a large group of children that performed alongside him. He actually grew to become quite popular amongst Brazilian children, getting to have their own program, dolls, and other licensed products. However, this is still incredibly freaky to me, and the features on this character are just so abnormal and bizarre. I don't understand how this character was appealing to children and not terrifying them to like run away from their televisions. He had notably strange cheeks that would outgrow and sag amongst his chin and just droop down like a very long droopy cheek, and his eyes gave off almost a sinister, scary, rude looking stare that would just stare into your soul. He had a nightmarish appearance, and it was completely unintentional by the producers and writers of the show. Accordingly, they did not intend to make this character look horrifying. They wanted him to appeal to kids, which is really fascinating to me because personally, I don't know where they didn't see this to be a nightmare fuel character. What do you guys think? This would give me nightmares personally. Okay, so the next kid show character that we're gonna spill some tea on is one that I've talked about in the past, and that is Barney the big old purple dinosaur. I'm sure we've all watched Barney, or at least have heard about Barney the dinosaur, but Barney the dinosaur has such a long history to him. So Barney the dinosaur was a beloved children's character that has been a part of popular culture since the 1990s. Barney was created by Cheryl in 1987, and the character made his debut on television series Barney and Friends in 1992. The show was designed to educate and entertain young children, with Barney and his friends singing songs, dancing, and teaching lessons about teamwork and friendship along the show. And I believe that Cheryl designed Barney for her son, who really loved purple dinosaurs. I don't know, I heard that online somewhere. Although Barney was initially very popular with young children and their parents, the character in the show eventually faced criticism and a lot of controversy along the way. Some people felt the show was too simplistic and that it promoted a one-dimensional, overly optimistic view of the world, while others, on the other half, felt that the character's catchphrases such as "I love you love me" were overly promoted, and the show's repetitive format was not good for their children to hear those words for some reason. I personally don't see anything wrong with the whole "I love you love me, we're a happy family," but maybe as a kid, the kids could take it in the wrong way. I don't know. I more so had a problem with Barney the dinosaur being a gigantic purple dinosaur that runs around on TV. The suit itself was scary to me. The way that he just stood and looked and his facial features just came off really eerie in my opinion. What do you guys think about Barney? Despite the criticism, Barney remained a popular and enduring cultural icon, and the character continues to be loved by many children and adults around the world to this day. So the next character we're going to be talking about is Mr. Blobby. And I've actually covered Mr. Blobby in an entire video before, but he is so freaking creepy and cursed that I just wanted to bring him into today's video as well, because some of you guys still don't know about Mr. Blobby. So Mr. Blobby is a character that was created and popularized by the British entertainment show Noel's House Party, which aired on BBC from 1991 to 1999. Mr. Blobby was a large, fluffy creature with pink and white striped body and a round, smiling face. He was known for his wacky antics and his tendency to cause chaos wherever he went. He had big old googly eyes, and he only talked in his own blobby language, so he would say things like blobby blobby blobby, and it almost sounded robotic, and he even sang his own blobby songs, which were terrifying. He even released a Christmas single called Mr. Blobby in 1993, which became a chart-topping hit in the United Kingdom. And he even had a theme park designed after his show because people loved him so much. Why? I don't understand. He's so creepy. Despite his initial popularity, Mr. Blobby eventually faced criticism and backlash during his career. Some people felt that the character was childish and overly simplistic, and others found him annoying or even frightening. Despite this, Mr. Blobby remained a popular and memorable culture icon and continues to be remembered by many people as a symbol of the 1990s British and pop culture era. What do you guys think about Mr. Blobby? Would you have watched that show growing up as a kid, or would you have been horrified? I, for one, don't know. Maybe I would have found it kind of funny, but also terrifying. So the next children's show that we're going to be covering today that might have given you nightmares as a kid was The Wiggles. I actually watched The Wiggles as a kid. Don't ask why. I don't know. My family put it on for me. But not The Wiggles in specific that we're going to be covering that actually is kind of scary, but the puppets that they put on the show as show filler were the problem here. So The Wiggles are an Australian children's entertainment group that was formed in Sydney in 1991. The group originally consisted of Anthony, Murray, Greg, and Jeff, and they became known for their energetic performances and very catchy music that aimed at children. In fact, so catchy that I still remember some of the songs that they played on the show, such as Fruit Salad, Yummy Yummy. It was so catchy. The Wiggles often used puppets as a part of their performance in educational videos. The puppets were designed and built by the group's founding member, Anthony, and they included characters such as Dorothy the dinosaur, Wags the dog, and Henry the octopus. They were actually based on Alvin and the Chipmunks because that was super popular back then, so they got some inspiration from that to make these puppets. And they thought it was a good idea to add this element to the show and really spice up their show with these puppets. But it really wasn't. These puppets were horrifying. They had their own unique personalities and styles, and their voices were pitched up to sound like a very high-pitched rodent resembling the Alvin and the Chipmunks sort of feel. They moved in an odd and bizarre manner, and they had very strange puppetry to go along with their very odd movements. They always had these big, creepy, firm plastered smiles amongst their face, like they were grinning so hard that their cheeks hurted, and their eyes were absolutely huge. And they appeared on a screen to be large and beady. It felt like we we were watching more of a horror film than we were actually watching a children's show when you saw these puppets emerge on the Wiggles. So of course the Wiggles gained a lot of popularity for a very long time, and they even were still popular till today. I think I recently saw on TikTok that there was a Wiggles comeback concert where adults that were my age, because this was the age group of like the Wiggles viewers, went back to watch the Wiggles perform as full-grown adults, which is kind of crazy and nostalgic. But I don't know if they brought the puppets on stage. I really hope they didn't. Anyways, guys, that was it for today's Scary Kids Show icons that gave me nightmares. Let me know in the comments down below what kids show characters scared you guys the most when you guys were little. I'm curious and I want to hear more about it. And I would love to make a part 2 if you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments which characters I should cover in a part 2. It's been Lyssy. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed, smash a like and subscribe to join the family. I post new videos every single week, and I also have other socials linked down below. And I'll see all of you lovely people in the next video. Bye, guys!